The Fool's Journey, the hidden map of human consciousness. Every human being walks the path of the fool. From innocence to power. From illusion to awakening. From chaos to wisdom. Hidden inside the 22 cards of the major arcana is an ancient psychological map, a coded blueprint of human transformation. Mystics believed these cards concealed the secrets of consciousness. Alchemy. Spiritual initiation. Even the architecture of reality itself. And yet most people never realized that tarot was never only about predicting the future. It was designed to transform the self. Tonight, we walk the entire Fool's Journey, step by step. Not as fortune-telling, but as one of humanity's greatest hidden spiritual systems. The Fool's Journey is the symbolic path through all 22 major arcana cards. It represents the evolution of consciousness. Some scholars connect it to ancient mystery schools, Hermetic philosophy, Kabbalah, medieval Christian symbolism, Renaissance occultism, Jungian archetypes, alchemical transformation. Little known fact, the tarot cards were not originally created for divination. The earliest known tarot decks in 15th century Italy were aristocratic card games called tarocchi. Only later did mystics reinterpret the images as encoded spiritual teachings. Another overlooked fact, the numbering of the major arcana is itself symbolic. The Fool is traditionally numbered 0. Not because he is nothing, but because he is infinite potential. The unformed soul before identity. The Fool is every one of us. And the journey begins. The Fool, card 0. The Fool stands at the edge of a cliff. A small dog leaps beside him. He carries only a tiny satchel. He gazes upward, unaware of the abyss before him. Most people interpret the Fool as recklessness. But deeper traditions see divine innocence. The Fool represents pure consciousness, infinite possibility, spiritual openness, the beginning of incarnation. Little known fact, in older tarot imagery, the Fool was sometimes portrayed as a wandering madman or sacred idiot. In medieval Europe, holy fools were believed to possess divine insight hidden beneath apparent madness. Psychologically, the Fool represents the moment before conditioning. Before society tells us who we are. Before fear limits possibility. Every transformation begins here. The Magician, card 1. The magician stands between heaven and earth. One hand points upward. The other downward. As above, so below. The magician symbolizes manifestation. Willpower. Focused consciousness. The ability to shape reality. On the table before him lie the symbols of all 4 suits. Cup. Sword. Wand. Pentacle. Meaning, he possesses all the tools necessary for creation. Little known fact, the magician's pose resembles imagery associated with Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary fusion of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth. Many occult scholars believe tarot encoded Hermetic teachings. The magician teaches a dangerous truth: attention shapes reality. The High Priestess, card 2. The High Priestess sits between 2 pillars. Light and dark. Conscious and unconscious. Seen and unseen. She guards hidden knowledge. Intuition. Mystery. The subconscious mind. Behind her hangs a veil decorated with pomegranates, symbols of sacred feminine power and hidden fertility. Little known fact, some historians believe the imagery of the High Priestess may secretly reference suppressed female spiritual authority during medieval Christianity. Others connect her to Isis, Sophia, or Shekinah. She teaches that truth is not always found through logic. Some wisdom must be felt. The Empress, card 3. The Empress represents abundance. Creation. Nature. Sensuality. The fertile force of life itself. She is not passive. She is generative power. Fields of wheat surround her. A symbol of civilization, nourishment, and Earth's cycles. Psychologically, she represents creativity, emotional nourishment, the mother archetype, embodied existence. Little known fact, some occult traditions linked the Empress to Venus not merely as love, but as cosmic attraction, the force binding creation together. The Emperor, card 4. The Emperor sits upon a stone throne. Rigid. Structured. Commanding. Where the Empress creates life, the Emperor imposes order. He represents civilization, authority, law, stability, structure. But every archetype contains shadow. Too much order becomes tyranny. Little known fact, the ram imagery associated with the Emperor connects him to Aries, the zodiac sign of conquest, ambition, and primal force. The lesson: power without wisdom becomes domination.